launching any new business, it's really important that you spend the time modeling out what the revenue looks like, what the income looks like, and what your expenses look like. And you really want to base that on the amount of time and effort you're able to put into the business, as well as the amount of capital. So we put together this forecasting tool to help you look at the business a couple different ways if you're going to launch a white label business, whether it's with us or with another potential white label software company. So in this spreadsheet that I'm going to share, we have 3 different tabs. We have the solo entrepreneur, which many of our partners, that's how they start. And they may move to, and invest in W-2 sales reps later or 1099 sales rep. But you kind of get to look at this business and figure out what is best for you and your family and what you're trying to build and your goals. So when you go to each tab, you'll have some different sales that you can change. So right here on the solo entrepreneur, you've got your setup fee that you'd be charging your merchant. You've got your monthly software fee that you'd be charging your merchant. As you can see here in the model, we have $350 setup fee, $159 monthly software subscription. This is what we have traditionally charged our merchants when we're selling direct to merchants at Tex Living. And you see here you've got one owner selling, and you'll be closing, at this case, 6 new locations per month. Now let's just change that to 4 here and see what it does to the model. It's going to completely update every cell down here. It's going to update the new locations. It's going to update the total revenue. It's going to update your estimated cost of goods, and it's going to update your net income. And then here to the right in yellow, you can kind of see what are those revenue expectations and what are those income expectations based on the fields that you're changing. So at 1 per week, just 1 deal per week as a solo entrepreneur, year 1, that's that building year. You're spending time, you're starting at 0, and you're building, and it compounds dramatically because at the end of 12 months, as you can see here, you've built $8,600 in monthly revenue, and you keep that steadiness of 1 per week. In year 2, your revenues are $150,000 and your income's at $91,000. Other tabs, if I'm going to go to the W-2 sales rep tab here, same kind of pricing here. We got $350 setup fee, $159 software subscription. What's great about this and being a white label partner, you're able to price this however you want. What's interesting about our business is because as businesses grow, you've got a built-in growth model because they're going to need more SMS, more picture text, and they're going to spend more money with you. So we use $159, but our average customer spends close to $225 per month per location in our business. The W-2 sales rep model, this is how we built our business. I was the first person to go out and sell the product back in 2010, and then I started hiring sales reps, and we paid them a salary, we paid them a new acquisition bonus, and we paid them residual so they could build a book of business. What I love about this model, it is more risk. You're putting a lot more capital at risk. But what's great about it is when you hire a sales rep, if you hire the right one, you get to control the experience and the brand, and you get to control their time. So you know that you're going to be able to close a certain amount of business per month on average because of you're paying that salary. Our average sales rep, they close about 6 deals per month. 6 to 8 is kind of the average depending on the rep. In our world, if they're not averaging 6 per month, they won't stay employed. So that's a good number you want to shoot for if you're going to be hiring W-2 sales reps. Again, year 1's that building year, right? You're not going to make a ton of money year 1. And that's in most businesses. You're not you're investing in growth for the first year. And then again, it starts compounding. What I've shown here is, you're selling as an owner. You've got 1 sales rep that you've hired year 1, and then you're bumping it up to 3 year 2, and then 5 year 3. And you can see here you're building a $1 million plus business in 3 years, which is about the same track. It took us 3 years to hit $1 million in our business back in the early 2010s. And you can play with these numbers. Say you got a little bit more capital to invest and you want to grow this faster. Maybe you're going to start with 2 reps the first year, 4 the second year, and 6 the third year. You can kind of see how much that compounds. One thing to note in our spreadsheet here, in the model, we do have SMS and MMS overages, and this is all based on historical data from running the business for the last 13 years. We also have a revenue attrition in there for you as well. Starts at month 13. We've got about 1%, you losing about 1% of your monthly subscriptions. Typically, we're closer to 8% a year, but we want to be conservative in that. So as you're playing with this model, feel free to play with the numbers and think about, start imagining how you're going to operate this business. Really think about how much capital you have to invest. When you start hiring sales reps, one of the challenges is, it's hard to model out the fact that you may make a bad decision. You may hire someone that cost you money because when you hired them, it just ended up being the wrong person. That happens. So play with the model. As you have questions, we're happy to really jump on a call and really talk through the model with you and how you see it fitting in to what you're trying to accomplish with launching a new business. Thank you.